can't tell y'all? You tuning into the best morning show on the globe. It's Bradham and Emery in the morning, y'all. LeBron or Jordan, either one when I'm performing. Crossover, buzzer beater and I'm scoring. Bradham and Emery in the morning. Every play they on it. Every day I'm balling. Who's the coach? Who's the GOAT? Like Brady and Belichick, best show on the globe. And they embellish it. Y'all paying Ziffy, I'm Ken Griffey or maybe Mahomes. I stay in the zone, whether man to man or play in the zone. They can't stop me. Mayweather boxing, Curry with the shot, man. We just the best to be. Can we have our SB, please? This was meant to be. Every morning with Bradham and Emery.
Yes, sir. I'm going to tell you the vibes today. Tired.
You just got into a fight with a pretzel bag.
Yes. I just got into an altercation with a pretzel bag. I'm pressing charges also.
That's fair.
I mean.
Assault, right?
Listen. Right off the gate, we got to stop with this daylight saving time. This is just not okay anymore. We can't do this anymore. As a society, we need to all rise together. Like cancel culture, I got a job for you. I see you out there working hard for the past couple years. We need to cancel daylight saving times forever. This is out of control.
I fully support everything you just said. I thought I was dragging until I saw you.
Yeah, I feel.
And then you made me feel a whole lot better than I
punch
did.
Drunk. I feel punch drunk right now. Like I feel like Muhammad Ali in '77. Like this is just like I feel like I'm just getting my.
You look like that story about you. What was it at Downey's? Is that where you were at?
Oh yeah, Brownies. Yeah,
Brownies.
Yeah,
Brownies. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. This is bad. I feel so like just drugged right now, like missing an hour. Yesterday it didn't really affect me that much. Yesterday I was okay. Today not so much. This is bad. But why are we still why are we still doing this?
Yeah.
What is the purpose of this? Let's just have more light all year round.
Farmers don't even really like it that much.
It's just all of it's bad. There's no wars we have to worry about. The farmers don't care.
Yeah.
Let's stop this.
Well, it is Monday morning.
Yeah, it is.
March 15th. So, you know what that means?
I don't.
We're going to recap the weekend, and we got to have a serious snack.
For serious conversation.
Well,
I'm going to tell you right now, I woke up this morning and chose controversy.
I love it.
I'm going to start with a story.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm going to start with a story from Walgreens this weekend.
Oh, I like this.
40 hours ago.
See, what are we digging in here?
So we got, okay, first for the snacks, we got some pretzel sticks. Pretzel rods or pretzel sticks?
It is Dot's home-style pretzel twists.
Pretzel twists. We got some garlic pumpkin seeds, all from the beef jerky outlet.
Oh, man.
We're diversified a portfolio today.
Yes. Now, noted that the pretzel twists, they're from North Dakota.
North Dakota?
Uh-huh.
Oh, boy. I'm already biased.
Ooh. Okay. Uh-huh.
See, pretzels are so underrated. Pretzels are not appreciated as they should be appreciated.
Ree doesn't. I mean, she eats pretzels. Like, it's hard to dislike pretzels.
It's almost like a everything bagel type of seasoning, which I'm here for.
And it's very buttery. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Ree's not crazy about pretzels. It blows my mind.
So I like to take potato chips and the pretzels and eat them at the same time.
That's weird.
That's a flavor explosion. Yo, don't knock till you try it. Flavor explosion.
I'm
take a nice sour cream and onion chip with like a regular schmegler pretzel. You're in business.
I'm a hot mustard guy.
On hard pretzels or soft pretzels?
Soft pretzels.
Me too. I like I love with the nice hot pretzel is
You a pumpkin seed guy?
I am gonna get in there. I love cheese. Like the hot cheese.
Oh yeah, like nacho cheese or
so good,
yeah.
So good.
Oh, for sure.
I will destroy a pretzel tray with that cheese on there.
Oh, legendary.
Yo, so at the Walgreens, I had to go to Walgreens this weekend because my son, his allergies starting acting. Like we have
it's
like
getting season time.
Yeah, the pollen, and he has really bad allergies. Like, and I kind of forgot about his allergies until like on Saturday because
I've been frozen recently. So
I've been sitting him outside. They go outside every day to go play for a couple hours. So like, I kind of forgot about it until we saw his face Saturday. It was just like swollen and itchy and all that stuff. And we knew recently got a cat, but cat's been here for like 2 months. Can't be the cat. Must be allergies. So I ran out to Walgreens and parked the car, got out of the car, go in the store. I realized as I'm entering the store that I forgot my mask. Like, I was living life like it was 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And, so I walk in, and, like, initially I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to turn around and go get it. Because that's just what you do.
Yeah.
Then I locked eyes with someone. I locked eyes with this lady. And she had her mask on. But I could see in her eyes she was judging me heavy. Like, heavy, heavy, heavy judgment.
Okay.
Of my non-mask wearing face. She's like, whoa, sir. Whole face. We don't do whole faces anymore in 2021.
That what she said?
We do half faces.
Is that what she said?
She didn't say that.
Oh.
But I could read her energy.
Oh, okay.
So, me being me, at that point when I saw her face and the way she reacted to me, knowing it was just a simple mistake. I was like, you know what? I'm standing here maskless. How about that? I walked around the store maskless, and I'm going to tell you right now, it was exhilarating. I felt like, it's so crazy, I felt like I was committing a crime. Like, I was just like, yeah, this is my face, and you're going to look at it. How about that? Went to the register, and everyone's just looking at me like, I'm like robbing the bank. I had the medicine in my hand, the kid's manager. I was like, yeah, that's right. Put it on the counter. That's what I'm doing right now, guys.
This is how it's going to be.
This is how it's going to be now. They're probably like, he's probably a Trump supporter.
Probably.
But, listen, it was a mistake, guys, okay? It started out a mistake, started innocent, but then you push the buttons, and now I have to make a stand, I felt I had to make a stand. Let me get a pumpkin seed for this.
Yeah, a few of them.
I'm in.
Yeah, they're good.
They're good.
I'm not a huge pumpkin seed guy, but I really like
I
those.
would want to throw these, because I like my pumpkin seeds like hot. So I want to throw these back in the oven. You want them nice and toasty, but these are good. You good pumpkin seeds. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Like I would like I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm not this is not
supporter.
This is not who I'm. Well, Ness did the same thing. She went when we stopped yesterday. We ran errands.
I feel like it's slightly different for a kid though.
Yeah, we ran errands, and she went into 7-Eleven because she got a Gatorade. She wasn't feeling that great, so she had her mask down by the chin, and she came out and she's like, "Yo, I completely forgot that my
Chin
mask is
diaper.
down here." I said the same thing. I was like, "They probably thought you were a Trump supporter. And it's probably even weirder that you're black."
Yeah. Now here's something wild. You ready?
Yeah.
Yesterday, I out and about, had to go to the jerky outlet, pick some stuff up.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And run a couple other errands. I have not seen any of these at all. Yesterday I saw 5 of them. Trump flags.
Really?
5 of them.
Still flying?
5 of them. 1 of them on a car.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't seen that in a while.
Now, I'm usually out and about driving around. Have not seen any prior to yesterday. 5 of them.
I mean, it's kind of a weird area up there.
No,
Was this up there, or was this like you driving up there?
I saw 2 over in the Northeast. I saw it was like the way that I went is I drove like back roads as if I was going to be going to Last Out.
Okay.
And then shot up Route 1.
Okay, gotcha.
So within those back roads through there. So I guess it was like the back roads of like, what was it, Lower Moreland and Ben Salem, I guess it is, and then Northeast Philly. Like Red Line and the Boulevard,
Okay.
that area.
I got you.
Yeah, 5 of them.
It's weird. It's a very Trump weekend for us.
Yeah. I'm doing where now. Actually, at Shady Maple, you had to wear your mask, and like when you got up to go to the buffet table, and at one point in time, so I'm a big load up, plates at the table kind of guy.
Okay.
So what I did is I brought back, a whole thing of food, then went and got another one so I could just have a whole display in front of me. On the trip back up, I took maybe 15 steps without it. because it was in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, because I put the food down, popped it, tried a piece, never sat down. You know what I mean? Turn around, and the waitress just pointed to her mouth, and I was just like, "Oh, gotcha."
Yeah,
mask.
Yeah. I mean, it's still not organic to do it. Like me getting out of the car. I've been driving now for 20 plus years,
Yeah.
just getting out of the car and going to a store. And now in the last year, I have to put an apparatus in my hand, put it on my face, and then get out of the car. Like, it's just not something I mean, and most of the time I do a pretty good job. Like, this is one of maybe 5 or 6 times I've forgotten, but usually I go back, but that lady's face changed my direction.
Yeah. Also, today marks my personal pandemic.
The 1 year anniversary.
Today does. Like, my 1 year in quarantine. Yesterday marked the 1 year since my last work day.
Okay.
So today marks 1 year
Since
of
you're
quarantine.
I like it. I got some other things for you.
Talk to me. These pretzels are phenomenal.
They are really, really good. I tried the Wild Burger yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Talk to me.
It's just funny how, like, when you see something, like, I watched it on television. I was
Yes,
like,
it looks good.
I got to try this. I got to see what this is about. And I saw the picture on social media. I was like, okay.
Well, did you see the official Wawa account tweeted at me to try it? Did you see that?
I didn't.
Oh, yeah. I'll pull it up for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I did try it because I felt like I needed to do it.
What do you think? Talk to me.
So the picture is the picture. Like, it's, I mean, the one I got it yesterday, it looks exactly like it does on the commercial. It's a good-looking burger. They do a good job making it look good. It looks like a cheeseburger. Like, you would get, like, a nice place.
If I'm eating a burger, it better look like a burger.
Right. Take a bite, right?
Oh,
and I'm like, this feels familiar. Where have I tasted this before? This has a familiarity to it. And it dawned on me. You know what it is? It's the junior high school cafeteria burger. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Okay.
And I say that with all due respect. I'm not saying that in a shady way. That's what it is. Like that we didn't have a problem. Like, it's one of those things where, like, if it's late at night, you know, there's nothing else open, and you're in the mood for a burger, you're not going to be like, oh, this is gross, I can't eat this. But it's not. But, like, don't compare it to, like, Five Guys,
Right.
or something like that, like, or like old school burgers or something like that's not.
Yo, old school burgers. I actually was there the other day after the show.
Legendary. Babe, what?
All right,
I don't know why that's happened, but see, I'm all messed up. See what's happening here? I don't know who you are. Yo, they don't miss.
No,
they don't miss.
Now,
everything they do is delicious.
Have you had the Woody Allen fries?
I don't know if I had. I had taco fries. I had the Weird Science fries.
It's like
I don't know if I've done the Woody Allens.
It's like the it's melted cheese sauce, bacon with Coney Island sauce.
I haven't had that yet. Have you had their long sandwiches, like their cheesesteaks and their chicken sandwiches?
Had their cheesesteaks, good. The thing is, their burgers are so good that when I go there, I don't want to get anything else.
You ready for this? Their wings are amazing.
I didn't even know they had wings.
Listen, they do taco wings. They put toppings on their wings, like the tacos. They have all
the taco seasoning and whatnot.
Yeah, but it's like legit like stuff on top of it. So you almost have like a dip on top of your wings. They're legendary. Absolutely legendary. But anyway, if you're going there expecting that, then you're going to be disappointed. But if you just want like something to get you by, it's not a bad burger. Like I said, it tastes like a junior high school, middle school, high school cafeteria burger. I'll give it maybe a community college burger. I mean, it's just not. It's not like, you know, a burger you would get from like Wendy's or something like that. Don't expect that. But then again, Amber went and picked it up for me. I felt like she was describing the scene like she was like, "Yo, it's a madhouse over there. Like, people are acting like they've never been to Wawa before. It's stuff everywhere."
I felt bad for
this. Yeah, because like, if you're working Wawa, like, you didn't sign up for making burgers.
You know, there was
Can you imagine that memo coming around? Hey, we're adding burgers, pasta. You're like, what? We don't do this. What are you doing? No, I don't want to do that. There's no way. I wouldn't want to do that. There's no way in the world I'd be into that.
No,
but people were stressed. She said people were the people over there were stressed out.
I'm scrolling through. You know, I didn't realize There's so many mentions that I just never get back to people. It's real bad. Like this guy sent me a picture of the beef jerky he bought. I don't even remember reading this message that he sent me.
How long ago was it?
March 9th.
Like it now.
I just did.
Good for you. Yeah, but
so if you're out there listening,
my bad.
Yo, it's gonna get to the point now. It's don't bother following me on any network.
Yeah, I'll just exist.
Yeah, just exist. I finished watching the South Park specials, the pandemic special. I saw both of them.
How was that?
The pandemic special, honestly, kind of overrated.
Not good.
I mean, it was funny, but I didn't think it was.
I like South
hilarious.
Park. I'm not a South Park stan, like a lot of people are. Where it's like the greatest thing in the world.
The vaccine special, though,
that was really good.
They didn't miss with that one.
Okay.
Vaccine oh, here it is, March 3rd. Wawa at Justin Emery Show. Definitely need to try it.
It's not bad. And then my question to them was like, how are you making this? Like you guys have a skillet, like you have a grill. What are you doing? But I think they're doing. This might turn people off. You know how I make the quesadillas? They put them in the thing. I kind of feel like that's how this burger.
Oh, that's how they're definitely doing it. Now, I don't know if Wawa appreciated the response I gave him though.
Oh.
I said I'll try it if you bring back the spicy garlic pickles.
I didn't know it was a thing. That sounds. Amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm down for that.
I mean, they've been gone for.
I think it's a fair trade.
They were around when Wawa had the elite hoagie. Remember the elite hoagie?
The 2000s hoagie?
Yes, that's when it was out.
Okay.
So if you want me to try the burger, I need the pickles.
I think it's a fair trade.
I think it's a fair trade. I'm not.
I mean, it's a problem, but is it a real problem?
I don't think so. What's a real problem is that my hat's still not here.
That's a real problem.
Why is it taking over a week to get from Hartford, Connecticut to Pennsylvania?
Listen, I have a shirt that I ordered on vacation. My vacation ended.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about it. What's the update? You said you had an update.
I have an update for it. It's out for delivery.
Now,
I don't know where, but it's out for delivery. I don't know when it's going to be here, but it's out for delivery somewhere. But listen, these are things to be upset about. But there are things in life that are not okay to be upset about. I'm going to phrase that. You can be upset about them, but you can't stop your life because these things are happening. Like, for instance, get in a little disagreement with your girlfriend. Is that something to completely just not exist over? What do you think?
Listen, you got real problems, and then you got not real problems.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to call them fake problems because you still got an issue.
It's an issue. You got to deal with it.
But you got real problems and then not real problems. And that is not a real problem.
It's not to me.
Like, you're going to get in disagreements.
It's going to happen.
Okay?
You're people.
But you don't stop your life over it.
You can't.
Like,
you got to go on.
Like, you can't call into work and be like, hey, listen.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal. Okay? I got into a fight with my girlfriend, my wife, my fiance, whoever. And I'm sleeping on the sofa.
Which should never be a thing.
Yeah.
We need to cancel that also, sleeping on the sofa. Like, I'm not leaving my bed because we had a disagreement. That's not happening.
Nope.
If you choose to do so, be my guest, but I'm not going anywhere. That's
Big
insane
facts.
to me. That's insane. Like, I want to be comfortable too. Just because we're beefing doesn't mean I can't be comfortable.
What if it's your bed?
Right. I'm like, what? No. We're sharing this thing still. This is still our real estate. You stay over there, I'll stay over here. We'll be fine. We'll figure it out. However, I mean, I don't know. For me, like, obviously, listen, I'm not saying you don't have a right to be upset, you get an argument, you get a disagreement. I get it. It can be upsetting. It could bother you. No one's saying it doesn't bother you, but it can't be a reason that you stop doing other things.
Yeah, you can't change.
Like, you just can't, like you got people who go through, like, whole divorces, and they still have to show up for work.
Yeah.
They still have to be a part of society. You can't, like, you still have other responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be like, yo, beef with the girl. Can't do it today. Today is canceled. I'm just going to stay in bed today.
What are some other not real problems?
Not real problems.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, you're talking to a person who's a problem solver. So I don't think most things in life are actual real problems, especially today's society. I think we inflate things and we put things in boxes they don't belong in because we're just kind of weak. I feel like most things you can figure out and solve.
Right. But
Like
I was like, give me some examples of some. Well, give me a real problem then. How about a real problem?
A real problem? A real problem is, yo, I'm going to be thrown out on the street in a week. That's a real problem.
Real problem.
That's an issue.
Big issue.
A huge issue.
Major issue.
That's a real problem. Okay?
Real problem.
A real problem is, yo, I don't know how I'm going to feed my family this week. That's a major issue. That's a problem. I'm not saying I have any problems, so don't be concerned for me. I'm just throwing out real problems. There's food in the fridge, guys. Relax. But these are real problems to me. Like, yo, my car just broke down. I got to get to work the next day. And I don't have anything to fix it. That's our issue. That's our major issue. These are problems. Like, if you can say, listen, I've had pasta for like the 5th day in a row. I don't want pasta right now. But that's all I have to eat. It's not a real problem because you have food. That's a preference.
That was an odd example.
But I'm saying, I'm just saying, you know how people like
I'll give you an example of a not real problem, but it's a real problem for me. Ben Simmons going 14-9 instead of 15-10.
Yeah. all because they won by 40.
That's a real problem for me.
That's a real issue.
Real issue.
Yeah. But some people might be like, you know what? That's not a real problem. You can be upset about it, but not a real problem.
Real problem. Changing the time.
That's a real problem.
That's a major problem.
That's a major issue.
I don't want to do that anymore. Like I said, Arizona doesn't do it, but that's mind blowing to me. That like living in Nevada, I can be in Arizona in like 45 minutes. Like that's how close Vegas is to the border.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing to me that if I go there, some days where it's the same time, and I go there other days it's a different time.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Like, all right, you know how? All right, we're gonna go hardcore down the rabbit hole. Okay, you ready?
Boy.
All right, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
You know how you don't believe in dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Or I might not have phrased that properly, but
I'm skeptical about dinosaurs.
You're skeptical about dinosaurs.
Yes.
I feel the same way about time zones.
I'm going to need you to explain.
Like, why do we have time zones?
Why do we have time?
No. Time zones. Why are there time zones?
Well, isn't that man-created?
Yeah, but, like, why do we have time zones?
I can't answer that question.
Like,
it's man-created.
Like,
the concept of time itself is man-created.
Yeah, but, like, why is L.A. a different time than New York?
It's a great
It doesn't
question.
have to be.
I don't think so either. It's man-made.
Like, why is it that when I cross over the Kansas-Colorado border, it's a different time? But the sun's still up at the same spot. I don't understand time zones. And, like, that's a deep rabbit hole. Like, you don't want to get me started on there. There's 3 things that you don't want to get me started on because I know that I'll lose you right away. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Number 1, ancient aliens. I know that I'm going to lose you real fast. Secondly, time zones.
Out.
I know you're out.
Yeah.
Third, time travel.
Out.
I know you're out on all that.
I don't participate in television shows that talk about time travel. I'm out.
Okay. So, did you see, speaking of time travel, did you see, I have a new favorite person I follow on Twitter now.
Who's that?
Jose Canseco.
He's been on my timeline. I don't even know how he got here.
Probably because I'm flooding him on your timeline.
He's been on my
now.
timeline a lot in the past couple days.
So, let me tell you about what this guy was doing.
Oh, Jose.
You think that this segment, this show can sometimes be off the rails? Jose Canseco. This guy, first off, he owns a ton of car washes in Vegas.
Okay.
He probably makes more money on that than he did as a player. Okay. So this started on March 13th. So Saturday. He goes, I live on a different plane than most of you. No disputes here.
Yeah.
No disputes here. Next tweet. I understand science as well as supernatural.
Oh, Lord.
Now you know I'm all
Now
in.
you're intrigued.
I'm in.
Yeah, you're intrigued.
What time is this? This is at this is like 7:30 in the morning.
That's aggressive tweet for 7:30 in the morning.
And he's probably on the West Coast, so it's
Like
4:30 in the morning.
Well,
So,
I guess that makes more sense.
I'm loving it. So he goes, everything I have predicted has come out to be 100% accurate.
What? What has he predicted?
I don't know. He goes, here's the next one. Here's where we really start getting good. I have time traveled into the future only once. Species will survive.
Someone take his phone away. just.
Then he goes, I can also tell you the value of Bitcoin in 3 years.
Did you see the one where he shouted out J-Lo?
Or I'm getting there. Next, here's my favorite one. Aliens find us to be a minimal threat because we have not learned how to time travel by folding time.
This is a lot for Monday morning for me.
Then the next tweet is, good morning to everyone, especially Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah. That's the one I saw.
So that is that's Jose Canseco's Saturday morning.
It's an aggressive Saturday morning.
I was here for it. I was all about it.
Have you seen his daughter, by the way? Google his daughter.
Josie?
You're welcome.
Well, she's his picture, so
yeah,
I'm on his account. It's
she's not ugly.
She's not ugly.
She's not ugly.
She's not.
So before
not
one more thing for
but is not on the same level though as Wayne Gretzky's daughter.
Currently Googling.
Oh yeah, I forget what her name is.
I don't think I've seen her.
I believe she goes out with Spieth. Jordan. I believe she's
Jordan Spieth.
I believe that's they're together.
So we talked a little bit about cancel culture.
Paulina.
Paulina.
That
is not a great name.
No. Oh, it's Dustin Johnson she's with.
Okay.
So knew he was a golfer.
Yeah,
look up Paulina.
Yeah, she's not ugly either. I mean, she looks very, very exotic.
She looks like a little bit like remember that show what was it the OC I think it was called? No,
yeah.
No.
Oh.
No, sorry.
I love
Laguna
that show.
Beach.
Love that show too.
She looks like the girl from
Kristen
Laguna Beach.
Cavallari?
No, the other one. Like the main character. Because she was the one. She used to be married to Jay Cutler, right?
Oh, LC.
I guess.
LC.
But that's what she kind of looks like.
I could see that a little bit. Yeah, I could see that a little bit.
Yeah, Dustin Johnson. I knew she was with a golfer. I just didn't know which one. Because they always make a big fuss when I guess it's the Masters.
Yeah.
She's always at
one of the
big tournaments.
Okay.
Where do they give the green jacket out at?
Masters.
Okay, yes. Because when he won, I guess whoever his sponsors, Nike, Adidas, whoever it is, had her decked out in like an all green outfit, and it was like, yeah, when you sign Dustin Johnson to that much money, you also get to dress her as well.
Right. Yeah, so we talked about cancel culture. And, like, I know, like, the past couple weeks has been relevant because there's been so much going on. You know, Pepe Le Pew, Dr. Seuss, and then the Mr. Potato Head foolishness. So here's, like, the Eminem one.
Oh, that's been my favorite.
Here's my favorite thing from this that I don't think anyone has said. You correct me if anyone has said this yet. This is all starting from Eminem's The Recovery album.
Yeah.
And I Love the Way You Lie,
yes.
right?
Uh-huh.
My favorite part about this story is that that's where we're starting to cancel Eminem.
Uh-huh.
So we're bypassing the Marshall Mathers LP, and the wild things he said on that album. So you did you listen to Who Knew? What about Kill You? What about Kim?
So
what about Criminal?
I did see somebody commented because did you see the original video that came out about it?
I didn't see the video.
So
I didn't see the video. I just heard about it.
The thing that started it is this girl. She's got to be no older than like 21, 22 years old.
Okay.
She's listening to "Love the Way You Lie,"
right?
And it's the line where he's like,
set the bed on fire."
Yeah, I forget exactly like what word for word what it is.
If you leave, I'm gonna turn
how something like that.
Yeah.
And she's just appalled.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "No, like cancel. That's the original video."
Right.
I saw somebody commented on the video and was like, "This is what you're going to cancel Eminem over."
Right.
He was like,
99 to 2002, Eminem have entered the chat.
He was like, "Man, people from my generation," he's like, "when we heard that, you know what we thought? Good old Marshall's finally calmed down."
Yeah. But it's true. Like, yo, Eminem, 99, like, you go through Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem Show, Encore, were wild lyrics.
Well, like, we're talking about someone who has been tried to get canceled. Like, they've tried to, the United States government tried to cancel this man.
Yeah. Even during his run as the most popular rapper and musician in the world, he was trying to be canceled then and survived. Like, the whole Elton John performing at the Grammys thing was like kind of like a peaceful moment of reconciliation.
It was rolling the dice.
Yeah, but before that, people were like, yo, and this is the 2000s, people were like, whoa, this is wild. Like, you listen to some of the stuff he says on those albums there, like, the Recovery album, that's what, but that, it just goes to show you, like, how, but, like, I'll say this about, like, I was talking to Uncle Jervis about this other day about cancel culture.
Oh, Jervis.
Is that, yeah. Listen, when you're experimenting, and you're in this, and you're trying to get things right, you're going to get some things wrong. This is one of the things I feel like they got wrong. This is not it.
This is not the person that you want to go after.
Yeah, this isn't it. But I understand what they're trying to do, and I feel like
I don't.
Well, not with everything, but I understand the premise of it, of trying to, there are things that we need to look at and say, yeah, this is wrong. This can't be. This is okay. I get that. Yeah, you're right. But mistakes are going to be made, and this is one of those mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I don't want to get too deep in this, but the Miss Potato Head thing to me is ridiculous. It's a potato. We're genderizing potatoes now? It's a potato. Well, stop it. It
is called Mr.
And Mrs. They have Mrs. Potato Head, too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, I think so. It's a potato. They're spuds. We're sitting here, like, that's too much. That's going too far. Like, we don't need to do that. That's too much. But, like, again, there are times you're going to get it wrong. You're not going to get everything right when you're trying to change the world. At least Gen Z is trying to do something. Like, there's a lot of things they do that are, okay, good job by you guys. But there are going to be areas where you're going to do too much. And I think the Eminem thing is a little bit too much. Like, at the end of the day, here's the message. Here's the thing with Eminem that I'm going to educate some of you Gen Z people because you don't understand. Is that it's a character. Like, Slim Shady's a character. It's like watching a movie. He created a character, an alter ego, to say wild things.
When you hear stories about him, like, as the person,
they don't match up at all. He's not like Haley said. Haley said, we're not even allowed to curse in our house. Like, he isn't allowed. Like, and like Eminem the person, like Marshall Mathers.
There's a story that Akon told.
Yeah, I know the story.
Right.
Yep.
Where he shows up. I think I forget what they're working on. They're working on
Smack That.
Oh, that's what they're working. Okay, they're working on Smack That, and he shows up. He goes to Detroit to record. He's like, I think he was touring.
Yeah.
And happened to be in Detroit anyway, and was like, we'll just record it while I'm there.
Right.
Well, he gets in late. He's out and about, running around, doing whatever it is that he's doing. He shows up to the studio, at night, thinking, we're gonna do an all night session.
Right.
He shows up, and there's people, like there's employees and whatnot all at the studio. M's not there though.
Right.
And he goes, "Oh, where's Marshall at?" And they're like, "Oh, he was here earlier. He left. He'll be back. He'll be back tomorrow. He goes, all right, cool. I'm just gonna give him a call and see what happens. Calls him on the phone. Picks up. Go, hey, I'm at the studio. He goes, oh, that's great. Make yourself at home. Make yourself comfortable. Whatever you need, don't worry about it. And I go, aren't you coming back? He goes, yeah, I'll be there at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? He goes, yeah. He's like, I'll be there at 9 o'clock tomorrow. He's like, what I learned from him is that M only records from 9 to 5. He's
he
only
treats it like a job.
A day job. Like when he goes home.
That story, so the next morning, he comes in and, like, Akon's been working. So he puts together kind of like the rhythm of Smack That, does the chorus. And M's like, oh, that sounds great. And then he works on it. And then M's watches 1 o'clock. It's like, oh, it's time for my lunch break.
And just leaves.
He has a little brown bag.
Yep.
He goes, eats his lunch, comes back, works on it again. And 5 o'clock, he's like, all right, time for me to go home. Well, he does that for a couple of things. Number one, it's part of his sober lifestyle. Number two, he's a father. He's raising Haley by himself. And then also, too, he took in his brother's kids, too, and adopted them. So he raised 3 girls by himself. And, like, that's what I mean. Like, if he was talking like that on his records, and that's who he was as a person, he could never. He said it in a song before. He said he's giving you clues, but people don't want to listen to everything. He said that before. Like, how is it possible that I can say all of this stuff, but I can still raise a little girl? You know why? Because the stuff I'm saying on this record is not actually who I am. This is a character, you idiots. Like, it's blatantly obvious. Like, you look at, it's like a movie character, a television character. Like, I don't hold Bryan Cranston responsible for Walter White. Like,
no, and I still see him as the dad on Malcolm in the Middle.
The first season, the first couple episodes, like that's Hal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't hold him.
No, he was actually also in Seinfeld.
Yes, he was a dentist.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in my rewatch, he's also in X-Files.
I didn't know that.
In the rewatch, I caught him.
I didn't know that. But so this is why you got it wrong, because we can't go around canceling characters. Like, you can't do that. Like, it's character. Stop it. Stop. Don't do that. Let's move on.
This is going to kill you, but you're ready. You already know what I'm going to say. I got no opinion on it.
Of course.
It's
all right. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, do we have Cole?
Wednesday.
Okay. All right.
Wednesdays with Cole.
So
everybody's dragging.
Yeah, I get it. Everyone's messed up. I get it. So we're going to come back. We'll take a break. We're going to talk heavy Sixers.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about how much I hate Ben Simmons right now.
But for not
the reasons that you think.
Leave Ben alone. Ben had a tough weekend. You got people talking about out of town. We're going to address that also.
Yeah.
Brown in the morning. Marques, Brown, Justin. We'll be right back. Hi, I'd like to talk to you guys today about my friends at Uncle Mike's Homemade Ice Cream. USA Today selected Uncle Mike's Homemade Ice Cream as the best ice cream parlor in Pennsylvania. Uncle Mike's is a family-owned and dedicated to the production of premium quality and gourmet ice cream and sorbet, made fresh daily on the premises using the highest quality ingredients available. Uncle Mike's features over 30 unique delicious flavors offered in scoops, sundaes, shakes, and special order ice cream cakes and pies. Uncle Mike's Homemade Ice Cream is located at 537 York Road in Warminster and is open all year round. Visit Uncle Mike's and let their friendly staff serve you happiness one scoop at a time.
Hey everybody, I want to tell you about Beef Jerky Outlet. 110 Lincoln Highway in Langhorne, right at the corner of Business Route 1 and Oxford Valley Road. Check them out online at beefjerkyoutlet.com/Langhorne. Use promo code BREMI for 10% off your orders. You can check out, they have all sorts of them. Everything you could think of beef jerky, they have. They have a ton of other stuff too. Spices, barbecue sauces, peanuts, all different kind of things. My personal favorite, the honey barbecue turkey jerky. Head up there. Sharon and Michael will take great care of you. Again, use promo code BREMI for 10% off your order at beefjerkyoutlet.com/Langhorne.
Hi, I'd like to talk to you guys about my friends at Amy's Pizza. Amy has a plethora of pizzas for your munching pleasure, especially pizzas such as Hawaiian, margarita, and taco. Taco actually being my personal favorite. And also plenty more. If it's sandwiches you desire, they've got those too. Cheesesteaks, burgers, hoagies, even gyros. Amy's offers pickup and takeout options. Also, they're available on Grubhub. Amy's located at 332 York Road in the heart of Hatboro. You can call them today at 215-957-1000. Again, that's 215-957-1000. Bradman in the morning, Marcus Brown, Justin Emery.
Yo.
76ers.
I'm still waiting to get stimulated over here, people.
My stimmy hits on Wednesday.
I'm still waiting, people.
Did you check the portal?
No.
Check the portal. I'll let you know.
Let me know.
It said that stimmy going to hit on Wednesday.
Ooh.
A lot of things are happening Wednesday. Wednesday is payday and stim day all the same day.
And it's J. Cole.
Huh?
And it's J. Cole on the show.
Yep.
We got.
It's going to be a good day.
It's going to be a good day. We got, what else is Wednesday? Did the Sixers play Wednesday?
They played last night. I don't know. Yeah, they do. They play the Bucks Wednesday.
All right, good. So I can get a chance to be pissed off on Wednesday at Ben Simmons still.
Yeah, there you go.
Call me Stimmy Johnson.
Call me Stimmy Hendrix.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that. That one's better. That one's way better than the one I had.
So Sixers come on a break. White hot. I mean, and listen, you're talking about their opponents. They play the Bulls, Wizards, and the Spurs.
I'm going to pull up the box scores for them.
Yeah,
I want to get heavy into the specifics of each game.
Yeah, so you start with the Bulls. The Bulls have become a dangerous team. They've become a team where if you don't take them seriously, they will beat you. That's who they've become. They're not like if you come in there, they're not a team yet that I would take as a favorite yet and say, okay, I'll put money into the favorite. But they've become a team with a reputation that play hard, and they're gonna be in games. Like they've already cost some people a lot of money in the past 6 months, Vegas wise. Definitely cost people money. And they got some players on the team. You got Zach LaVine, obviously, Wendell Carter Jr., Laurie Markkinen, the kid White. I forget his first name, but it's not Devin White. It's this is driving me crazy. But anyway, they got some players. They can play, and the Sixers went out there without Ben, without Joe, and handled them comfortably.
Have the box score right here.
Okay.
So wait, first off, who did you ask who it was?
White.
Kobe
White. There you go. And like
so yeah, 22-point win.
Yeah.
22-point win.
That's the 18-12 Dwight Howard game. Tony Bradley gave you a lot of good minutes.
Tony Bradley.
Korkmaz played well. The bench
that
overall
played
well.
That was the 24 points from Tobias.
Mm-hmm.
That was the Thibault on Levine game.
Yes.
He didn't even have 20 points.
Yes. So then you go into Friday, back to back, get the big fella back.
Yep, pulling that up.
And you go again. Washington, who started off the year really poor, they were like 0-6, 0-7. They were not playing well at all.
They missed for forever with the COVID protocols.
Yeah, they've been playing before the All-Star break. They were playing really well.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
They were playing a lot better.
Disagree.
They played a lot better. They weren't getting. I mean, the win totals might not say that, but they were playing a lot better, and they were getting more wins than they were previously.
So this one was the first one was a 22-point win.
Mm-hmm.
This one was a 26-point win.
Yes.
With Embiid going down.
Embiid goes down, and I mean, obviously you saw the knee go one way, his body go the other, and immediately you're thinking the worst, and you're thinking, why me?
Luckily,
us?
Just 2 weeks.
Yeah, which is probably going to be more 3 weeks, because
it's probably going to be like a month. They're going
to reevaluate him after 2 weeks, which will probably give you at least another week on the optimistic side. But you're probably right, probably in the month range of him be back, which is cause for concern for the fact that for me, like I said, I want this number 1 seed.
Yeah,
and it's there.
I think this effectively takes him out of the MVP race.
Yes. Yeah, this is what we talked about.
At least for the award, though. Now he could still play at the MVP level. I'm not
right.
saying, but as far as actually winning the award, he is.
Yeah, this is going to hurt him. This is it for him.
Is this now LeBron's award to lose?
Yeah, I mean LeBron. Now it's to me LeBron, Jokic. I mean Harden's going to be in the conversation. He shouldn't win it. But I think Harden now has entered the conversation.
It's very hard to
win. But he's not going to win it.
It's very hard to win the MVP when you have Durant and Kyrie also on your team.
Right. But I mean, and the thing too, like Paul Pierce tried to say that Harden was the MVP front runner 2 or 3 weeks ago was ridiculous.
Did you hear him say something yesterday? Did you hear what Paul Pierce said yesterday?
Was the Simmons comment?
No, it was the Embiid comment.
Refresh me.
So he said that. Now I'm paraphrasing the quote, but it's the Sixers thumped the Spurs by 35 without Embiid. So is Embiid really the MVP if they can do that without him?
Yeah, they're trying to kind of create. He's trying to kind of play like the Shaq Barkley role on that cast. It's just not working. He doesn't like. The one thing that Paul Pierce lacks that Shaq and Barkley have is charisma.
Yeah, I was going to say
they're charismatic, and that like
I was going to say also a lot of people think Paul Pierce is corny.
Right. With Shaq and Charles Barkley, what they've created is that barbershop dynamic. Mm-hmm. The guys who say crazy stuff in the barbershop. That like the Cedric like in the movie The Barbershop, the Cedric Alexander and Cedric the Entertainer character, where like says just outlandish stuff that everyone goes, what? Come on. But, like, is so entertaining, you still listen to it anyway. That's what Charles and Shaq are. Because Charles and Shaq, with them, it's not an act. They're not doing it.
No.
They're not doing it because, like, they're just trying to get a rise out of people. They're doing it because they actually really believe this stuff. And, like, that's the thing that I think Paul Pierce is trying to play that role, but he's trying to play a role. And that's why it doesn't come off the same way. But anyway, so they go on the Sunday, get fans back in the building, 3,100.
Mm-hmm.
Players were fired up for that. You could tell.
Oh, they were ready to roll.
Ready to go. And, listen, the Spurs have not been championship form in about 5-6 years. But the Spurs do not lose games like that.
Huh.
They do not. They're still – Greg Popovich is still their coach, and they're still a well-coached team. They were missing DeRozan last night. The LaMarcus Aldridge situation, he's not playing for them anymore. So they were down a couple guys. It doesn't matter. They don't get beat like that. And the Sixers just had a ridiculous third quarter. Just absurd.
46 points.
A cartoon-style third quarter. Like, it was amazing. But, Everyone played well. And again, listen, man.
I mean,
You've been very hard on Danny Green.
He played good yesterday.
I've been very hard on Furkan Korkmaz. Mm-hmm. We gotta give props where props is due, man.
I even said that yesterday. I said I'm gonna hate on Monday having to say Danny Green played really well.
And Danny Green set a nice pace from the first quarter.
Yep.
Korkmaz, it's interesting with him is like I'm see. One thing I will say I like about what I'm seeing from him is that I'm watching him try new things.
You want to know when he dribbles the ball, I want to throw up.
It's unnatural.
It's weird. When I watch him drive, I want to throw up.
It's weird because we're not used to seeing it, and like I was critical of him doing that stuff before, but I actually think it's helping him get open shots because what's happening is that he was like Korkmaz going into this year was extremely predictable. He was a catch and shoot guy, but now that he's trying these other things, it's opening up his ability to catch and shoot.
Maybe
like people have to play him a little honest. I don't know.
And maybe he's working on his handles instead of playing hacky sack.
Right. But I gotta be honest. They played well. The bench as a whole have played well. This bench coming out of the break has been really good. Now here's what I don't want to happen. Yes, the bench has played well.
I know where you're going. Yep.
That does not mean we do not need bench help.
Yes, I agree.
Daryl Morey, do not fall for this. Don't do it.
Now let me ask you a question. How pressing is it to get a center while Embiid's out?
Not pressing to me at all.
Okay.
I don't want them. That's another thing too.
You heard. I'm assuming you know where I'm going to lead with
Aldridge.
this. I've been hearing that since the injury happened. I don't want him to be your addition.
Right.
If you're going to get him,
yeah,
you still need another wing.
I agree.
So I understand you're worried because Howard, he's not going to be able to play the minutes necessary. You're gonna need who's the other
Tony
guy?
Bradley.
But who's the other one? Poirier?
Oh yeah. I got you. Yeah.
You're going to need both of those guys to get through this because Dwight's
By the way, yesterday when the Sixers were up by 35, there were guys in the court I'd never seen before. I thought literally they said, "Okay, anyone out there that want to come down and play? Come on in." I was like, "Who's that? Who's that?"
I was watching the game cast for the first half, and halfway through then during the third quarter, wasn't really paying much attention to the game. Then I was like, all right. Let me flip on the game. And I checked the score at the start of the fourth quarter. And I was like, I'm not going to watch this game. I'm not going to know anybody.
Right.
This is the part of the game where, on senior night, they let everybody play it.
Yep.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was like everybody going.
When
you're looking at the box score, and it has, the starters, and then it has everybody, you always have, 2 or 3, 4 guys that says, did not play.
Coach's decision. Yep.
Coach's decision. Didn't.
Yep.
None of that was on the Sixers sheet last night.
No.
Everybody got minutes.
Yeah, so I'm
which is
great.
Which is great.
I don't
mistake.
I don't want Aldridge. I don't want him at all. I'm not going to overreact to this Embiid situation because you bring in a center that doesn't help your need for the playoffs.
Right.
So we need to address the playoffs and just hope and just hope they can hang on and stay in that top 2 seed area. I want the number 1 seed, but now obviously with Embiid hurt, that does change things. Who knows if they can keep up this pace? They're playing really well right now, but we talked this before. You got a tough schedule coming up, and he's not going to be around for a lot of that tough schedule. We went through this.
Well, here I'll pull the schedule up, but
I'm going to do this. I'm doing the same thing.
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't think that the schedule with him gone is anywhere nearly as difficult.
So right now, Embiid got hurt in the Wizards game. So his timeline for me starts March 13th, the day after the game.
I would say today.
Your starts timeline today?
Yeah, it started today.
Well, that's even worse. All right, so that's March 15th. His timeline starts. Okay. So then you got the Knicks on Tuesday. Then you have
not worried about that.
You have the next game. You have the Bucks on Wednesday.
Probably take an L.
Yeah, and then you got the Kings. It is all at home, by the way. Knicks, Bucks, Kings, all at home. That should be a 2 out of 3.
Knicks, Bucks, Kings. Yep.
So then you go Knicks on the road, and then now you're on the West Coast now. So you go Golden State, L.A. Lakers, who are struggling right now with their injuries, then Clippers, then Nuggets. So let's see. Knicks win.
Yeah.
Warriors win.
Yep.
Lakers win.
Yep.
Right. And then
especially because who is it? Just had a season-end injury over the weekend. Dudley.
Yeah. So
out for the year. Or well, I should say until further notice, he has to go undergo knee surgery.
Yeah, they're having issues out there.
You know.
Clippers, I'll say L. Nuggets L. So that in that stretch right there, that gives you 3-2. Then you're on a road against Cleveland. That should be a win. Then you got Minnesota, and is that Dallas? Minnesota, Dallas back to back.
Memphis.
I'm sorry. Memphis, Dallas back to back. And then you got you're back home again with the Celtics, Pelicans, Thunder. And that's not the Mavs, is it?
Yeah, that's the Mavs. Yeah.
Oh, so that's on the road.
Yeah. On the
Those
road.
4 on the road.
On the road. Boston,
Yeah.
New Orleans, Oklahoma City.
So
Dallas.
right now you're looking at April 12th.
Yes.
This is almost a month since Embiid's been gone. I'll give you about a month of games.
I'd say that's a good assessment.
I would say that I would hope to have him back for that Brooklyn game.
Yes, that would
April 14th.
I'd say that would be because you're in at that point in time, you're on a 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Primetime game. ESPN, Brooklyn, LA, Golden State.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good assessment. We need him back for that game
yeah.
Wednesday, April 14th.
So that means you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. You're looking at 15 games without him. 11-4 possible? Can we do 11-4 in those 15?
Let's see. We'll take Milwaukee as an L.
Yep. So we said that the rest of the homestand 2 out of 3. So 2-1.
Milwaukee, there's your one L.
Mm-hmm.
You giving an L to the Clippers?
Yep.
You giving an L to Denver?
Mm-hmm.
Not worried about Cleveland, not worried about Minnesota, not worried about Memphis. You giving an L to Boston without him?
No, I think they could beat Boston without him.
New Orleans.
Yes, New Orleans has a really good front court. That'd be trouble, I think.
I'm not worried about OKC. You worried about Dallas?
Dallas in revenge. I'll give Dallas a win on that one.
Then, based off of that, then you're looking at 10-5.
Okay, all right, 10-5, 11-4. So right now, you're what? 24, 20. They have 27 wins right now. 27-12 right now. So you're looking at 37-17 when he comes back.
Let's see. We are at. I wish that they would just make this simple to read.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're 27. They were 24-12 going to the break. So there should be 27-12 now.
27-12, yep. They're a game up on Brooklyn.
10 wins gives you 37. 5 losses give you 17. 37-17.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. We can. That's survivable. And honestly, that's something where you could hold on to the number 1 seed at 37-17.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at Brooklyn's schedule coming up, but like that's something you can keep pace if you can be 10-5.
I got their schedule right here.
Okay. So what do they got going on?
They have. So we're gonna just do the same thing up until that matchup with the Sixers.
Yeah.
Okay. We have tonight against the Knicks.
Okay. Dumb.
At Pacers.
That could be an L.
At Orlando.
Win. 2-1.
Home against the Wizards.
3-1.
At Portland.
3-2. Portland's tough place to play.
At Utah.
Ooh. Could be 3-3. You know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to give them the win against Portland, loss against Utah.
So 4-2.
4-2.
At Detroit.
5-2.
At home against Minnesota.
6-2.
Home against Houston.
7-2.
Home against Charlotte.
I'm going to give them an oops. 7-3.
At Chicago.
Win.
Home Knicks.
Win.
Home Pelicans.
I'm going to give them a loss there.
Home Lakers.
Win.
At Minnesota.
Win. So they're 11-4. So you're tied.
You're tied.
Going into that game.
Woo!
Okay. I mean, listen. That's all you can ask for, right? Now you got to hope no one gets really hot behind. You got to hope the Bucks don't get really, really hot. They've been playing well. But if you could go in that tide, I mean, what else do you want? It's right there in front of you. The big man's back.
Yeah.
It's kind of what you want. Now, here's another conversation we need to have. I mentioned this Friday about how soon are we away, how close are we away from the start Matisse Thybulle conversation?
Oh, yeah.
Here we are.
Well, here's what we'll do.
I'm saying here we are.
We'll hit the break.
Okay.
Get to it on the other side.
All right, Bradman in the morning, Marcus Bradham, Justin Emery. We'll be right back.
All day.
I'm Justin Emery. So yeah, before break we talked about
Start Thybulle.
And I brought this up on Friday.
I was going to say, it's funny you said that because literally as I'm watching the Levine game, in my head I could hear your voice saying,
"Yeah,
we got to start Thybulle. Start Thybulle."
Now, I want to go back to the beginning of the season before we get into the deep start Thybulle conversation, because this was a kid, and this is what I love about Doc Rivers, is that Doc Rivers is the grown-up in the room.
Necessary.
He's the grown-up in the room. He's the parent in the room. He's the adult in the room. He's not the uncle. He's the parent. And the difference between being a parent and being an uncle is parents have to make tough decisions sometimes. They have to make unpopular decisions sometimes, and they have to do things for the betterment of the family or the team or however you want to put it. And that's what he did. Going into this season, Thybulle earned himself a rotation spot last year under Uncle Brett.
Oh, for sure.
And, he was heavy in the rotation. Brett trusted him.
For sure.
Doc came in. Pops came in.
Now, no, go ahead. I wanted to share with you afterwards something that I read about Brett Brown over the weekend.
Pops came in, reevaluated, and said, you know what? Yeah, this kid's talented, but there's things he needs to work on. And one of the major things he needs to work on is shooting. He can't shoot. So he took him out of the rotation, which had a lot of people wide-eyed in the beginning of the year.
one of them sitting right here.
He didn't play. You look at Matisse Thybulle, the first month of the season, didn't play very much.
Under Doc Rivers, he obviously is better than this guy that I'm about to say, but I was worried that we could potentially have another Zaire Smith.
Yeah, did
he ever play for the Sixers?
Sporadically, like it was just random minutes. But so with Thybulle, you take him out of the rotation, and he really doesn't get back in until you get a couple injuries in there. That's how he wandered it back in the rotation.
Yeah,
and but you see things like last week. There's a clip released of him after games working on his shooting.
Yes.
And guess what, kids? It's paid off.
Paid off.
Over the past 17 games, Matisse Thybulle shooting 38% from three.
I heard that.
Which is a tick above league average.
36?
Courtesy to Mark Zumoff.
36%?
League average is 37%.
37?
Shooting 38% over the last 17. Shout out to Mark Zumoff for that stat last night.
Love it.
Huge.
Shout out to Mark Zumoff in general.
We don't need to talk about what he does on the defensive end because that's why he got minutes in the first place last year.
Defensive Player of the Year
caliber. Yeah, he definitely will be. He'll definitely make a lot of all defensive teams.
The biggest dilemma for him as a defender in his career is that he plays on the same team as Ben Simmons.
Yes. Here's what I do now. But here's what I'm looking at this. Is I'm saying, okay, my bench needs help.
Mm-hmm.
I need help on my bench. How do I strengthen my bench right now? I still want another piece. Don't get me wrong. Still want another piece. But I can still strengthen this team within the team. So what I do is, here's what I do. I take Thybulle and start Thybulle over Danny Green. I bring Danny Green off the bench. Because Danny Green's, first of all, he's comfortable coming off the bench. He's done it before. So it's not going to be a thing where he's going to be like, wait a minute, I'm a starter. He can come off the bench.
Do you think Thybulle has it in him to start right now?
Yeah, I'm ready. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm here. We've arrived at the point now for me where I say you start with Thybulle.
So you don't think the lights are too bright anymore?
No. I think I watched him yesterday, and he knows what he's supposed to be doing. He knows his role, and he knows what he's doing. And now he's taking these threes with confidence also on top of that. And he's a disruptor. Like, he is all over the place, disrupting everything and everyone.
Well, there was one specific play against the Wizards. Did you catch the Wizards game?
Yes.
Okay, where I think it's in – I forget if it was either the start of the second quarter or the end of the first quarter. He's got Bradley Beal on the left wing a little bit up by the three-point line. And I think it's Neto is bringing the ball up the court for the Wizards. Ben steps up to him at Neto at like the top of the key, slightly higher than the top of the key. Neto throws a terrible pass to Beal. Thybulle goes up, steals it one hand, coast to coast down for the dunk.
Yeah.
That was the play that when I saw that individual play, I was like, starter.
It's time.
It's time.
And, like, he made a couple of those plays yesterday that you were like, okay, he's ready. And I think you strengthen both lineups if you do that.
I like where your head's at. And I like it.
Now, again, you still need another piece. This doesn't change that, but this makes your team stronger.
Daryl Morey, do not get complacent.
Fall victim. Don't fall victim to the bench. Don't do that. They've played well. They're playing well. Great. But, like, you're not going to beat the Nets bringing Mike Scott off your bench. It's not happening. He needs to be out of the rotation.
Yes, please. I'm done with the Hive.
Yeah. I've been tired of the Hive for a while. But, listen, he needs to be out of the rotation. I want Maxey out of the rotation. Who's basically out of the rotation. But Maxey needs to stay over there. He's not ready yet either.
No, far from ready.
Now, if you get another bench piece and you still want to give me Korkmaz for 50 minutes, knock yourself out. I don't know.
Real quick, back to the Hive. How do you think the people feel that got that tattoo? You know what I'm talking about, right? The bee with the headband?
It's going to be one of those things that 10, 15 years look back and say that wasn't the best decision.
How about 3 years?
Yeah, it wasn't the good decisions. And God bless him. Seems like a good guy, fun guy.
Oh yeah, out in the community. Yeah, for sure.
Love him, but
I'm not getting it.
I'm not getting attacked. I'm not doing that. No.
The Mike Scott hive.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can't. You need to improve this bench, but
it's every day that passes, the market for someone shrinks.
Yeah.
So it's to the point now that who are you bringing in on this bench?
Right.
Because it's to the point now that the guys that are available are either starting quality in Lowry or Oladipo or who are some other guys?
Now here's the deal: if you're able to get Lowry, you could actually do two things and move Curry and Green to the bench.
Oh, but I'm saying there's not very many guys out. At least off the top of my head, I can't think of very many guys who are just okay. He's going to be a bench guy. The guys who are available are like Kyle Lowry is a starter. You're not bringing Kyle Lowry off your bench if you trade for him.
I agree.
If you get Oladipo, you're not bringing him off the bench. He's starting for you.
I agree.
I'm trying to who are the other guys? Like
you got the PA Tuckers. He's a bench guy. He can be a bench guy.
He's a bench.
Will Barton is a guy that can start for you, but also come off the bench. So it just depends how you decide to use them.
And then I guess it comes down to is whoever you get. I'm assuming you're going to go for a two or a three.
Yeah, I need someone who can do multiple things.
So you're now looking at it as whoever I get to fill this spot, whoever I bring in, are they startable over Curry is now the question.
Right.
Because Thibault cannot play the two.
No.
He has to play the three. And I'm all in on what you're saying.
Yeah.
Start him.
Yeah.
So you're now looking.
I think it's an upgrade in your starting lineup over Danny Green right now. I think Danny Green off your bench looks good.
Yeah. So your 1, 3, 4, and 5 are set.
Yeah.
So anybody that you're adding is got to be a bench wing 3-and-D guy or someone startable over Curry. They're really your only two options. If you can't fill one of those two spots, it does nothing for you. I don't want the Aldridge. It doesn't do anything for you in this scenario.
Right.
Am I wrong for looking at it like that?
No. I feel the same way. I think Aldridge, I don't want them to panic because of the Embiid situation. Listen, you're going to get him back in a month.
Yes.
So we don't need – and you're getting enough production out of your centers where it's not an issue. And you have enough offensive talent. Here's the biggest thing for me for this season is not the play of Embiid. It's Tobias Harris.
Yes.
That's what's helped you out so much.
You've needed a number two.
You got an all-star.
You've needed a number two offensive option.
Right.
Next to Embiid.
Right.
Now, I would say that Ben Simmons is the second best player on the team.
Correct.
But the third offensive option.
Correct.
And that is a great role for him.
Correct. Absolutely. 1,000%. That's what I was saying from the beginning. The fact Tobias Harris' emergence is the biggest story for this team this year.
When was the last time you heard about his contract?
There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about. He's worth every penny of it now. Because like I said, he's giving you that luxury of having that. Like look at yesterday. Look at yesterday how effective he was, and he's been consistent the entire season. These numbers have been going the entire season. So that to me is the biggest story of this season. Embiid's right there, but it's second. His story's second. Harris is first.
I agree.
And that helps you out big time going to the market and saying, okay, listen, you know what? Embiid for a month last year, you're done. You can't lose him for a month. You can't survive that. You don't have the tools to survive that. This year, however, you have the tools to survive Embiid for a month. The tools are there. Now, again, you got to be strategic about how these tools are used, and you also need to add some things that are a complement for the playoff run. But you can survive this now, the way the team is playing currently. If everyone does what they're doing right now, 10-5, 11-4 is not unreasonable this next month. Not at all. And if you stay 10-5, 11-4, you're probably still going to be fighting for that one seed. Even if you fall behind by a half a game or a game, you're still there. You're still in striking distance with a month to go. And you still got the Nets, I think, twice. I think you play them in the next couple months. I think you get them twice. So you get them head-to-head, and you're still keeping your head above water. So that's what, if I'm Daryl Morey, if I'm Doc Rivers, that's what I'm doing now. I'm starting Matisse Thybulle today, and I'm bringing Danny Green off the bench, and I'm looking for another really good bench piece. Or a guy that's going to replace Curry in the starting lineup. Those are what I'm trying to do to bring Curry off the bench. That's how I'm attacking this going forward. But listen, if you're a Sixers fan, you got to feel good about where you are. You got to feel good about the way they're playing. You got to feel good about the way they've come out of the All-Star break. You got to feel good about them in the playoffs. Like, that's what I keep coming back to. I know. Listen, if you want to sit here and tell me the Nets are the most talented team in the NBA, I'm not going to argue with you. You can have that. But are they the best team in the NBA? I'm gonna push back on that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna push back on that because I look at this Sixers team and the way they're constructed. They are what we wanted them to be last year. We said we talked ourselves into this last year with them. They are constructed and built for the playoffs this year. Who is beating this team in a 7-game series? Who wants to see this team in a 7-game series?
Nobody.
This is not a problem you want for 7 games. They are built to win in May and June. You got a center in Joel Embiid where no one knows what to do with them. You have an emergence of Tobias Harris, who is confident in playing at a level that I think it's safe to say now that Tobias Harris has exceeded Los Angeles Clippers Tobias Harris. He's playing even at a better level he's playing than with Doc. Then you add in Ben Simmons, the utility knife as him, who does everything and is willing to go on the other side of the floor and lock down the opposing team's best player. Put him in the penitentiary, if you will.
I love it.
And then you have those other pieces. You have your Seth Currys. You have your Danny Greens. You have your Shake Miltons. And then you add something to that. Who wants to see this team in 7 games?
Nobody. Now, I did not I don't recall Clippers Harris enough to say that he surpassed it, but I'll take your word for it.
I'm confident enough to say he was playing really well for Doc out there, and that's what people started saying, oh, Tobias may be next. And that's how kind of the trade got, like when we first got him, we were like, oh man, yeah, he's been under the radar for a couple of years now as a guy, a really good on a team, and it took him a little bit to figure it out here. And he's figured it out.
Yeah.
He's figured it out, and I feel really happy and confident about where this team is. And they're fun to watch. They're fun to watch play basketball, which last year wasn't fun for me. I'm sure it wasn't fun for a lot of people watching last year.
Basketball is my number 2 sport behind football. Okay. So, but even if you aren't necessarily a fan of a sport, you can just watch it on TV, watch it in person, and just be like, I don't know what's going on, but this isn't it.
Yeah.
And that's what I felt last year watching the Sixers. Now, I understand what basketball is supposed to look like, but you could just watch them, and even if you didn't understand basketball, you knew that last year what you were watching, it wasn't what it's supposed to be. It just isn't right.
It wasn't gelling at all. It wasn't. And, the pieces didn't fit. The Richardson-Horford thing was a mess.
No, I was talking to Alex up at the Beef Jerky Outlet.
Okay.
And he was saying the same thing. He was like, I really liked Richardson. I just didn't like Richardson on this team.
Right.
And I was like, I don't think I could have worded it better myself.
Right. He's a good player.
He's a good player. He's a nice player to have.
He just didn't make sense here because he just doesn't shoot the ball consistently well enough.
Yep.
That was the issue with him. It was his consistency of his shooting. He wasn't a knockdown.
Make no mistake. Thanks for Steph Curry. Make no mistake.
Listen, I still don't understand why Dallas traded Steph
Mark
Curry.
Cuban was feeling good that day.
Yeah, you caught him on a good day.
Caught him on a good day.
Caught him a couple mimosas in.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I still don't understand that trade.
He must have just got off the phone with Dirk or something. Was feeling good.
Right.
He just got off the phone with Dirk.
Right. Hey, remember 2011?
He was out to brunch with Dirk and Luca.
Yeah, having some good times. But yeah, so this year though, however, this team is a joy to watch, and like you got to feel good about them going. Even though you had the scare with Embiid on Friday, you still got to feel good about them going forward and what they could accomplish in June and July. And I'm excited, man.
I agree.
I'm excited. You know, I feel like things are opening up for them. I feel like I look at the matchups in the East. I like the matchups in the East. I like the match like out West now with the Lakers kind of falling apart. Who out there really are you scared of? Like, you know, so both conferences, the stars are aligning.
The problem with the Sixers, the only way they can lose, in my opinion, in 7 games is if they beat themselves.
Yes.
And
I hate
saying that.
If they lose a playoff series to me, it's going to be very similar to the way they left our Raptors series.
Yes.
Which they shouldn't have lost. Okay, beat themselves.
Mother's Day.
You're up 2-1. Oh, I don't want to do this again.
No, yeah, move on.
That was bad, Tobias. If we had this Tobias, then you win that series.
We had a couple of people around the NBA talking about Ben this week.
Before we get into that, I want to get into your Brett Brown thing. You said Brett Brown.
Yes. So, one of the bloggers at one of these sites, I don't know who it was, admittedly, went through and tallied up close games this year the Sixers played. And I think they classified close games by anything that was within 3 baskets under 2 minutes. I think that's how they quantified close games. And then based upon how the Sixers went about it with Brett Brown, how handled the last 2 minutes, and how they handled it with Doc Rivers.
Dad.
If you were to take the same formula and assume that it would reflect wins, losses, wins in how it normally would, the Sixers would currently have the 6th seed in the East.
Huh?
So if you
I'm going to need you to explain that again.
So if you took,
you lost me.
If you took Brett Brown's changes that he's made over the last year,
so
and applied them to this year,
the
Sixers would have the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference.
What does that tell you? I mean, wasn't that the big? Like, honestly, wasn't that the biggest issue? I know it was for me with him. Is that I never Brett Brown's
I've said on the show several times before how. Oh man! Did you see that game they won last night? I bet if Brett Brown was coaching, they would have lost.
Yeah, Brett Brown's ability to adjust was ultimately the reason why he doesn't have a job anymore. Like, I can think of one adjustment I can say that Brett Brown made was a good adjustment, was deciding to let Jimmy Butler run the offense.
Yes.
The year they almost beat the Raptors. That's basically it. Everything else, there was never really anything he did on the fly that impressed me. And that's, to me, the mark of a really good coach, is someone who can see something, assess it, and say, okay, not working, not working. And then also last couple minutes being like, okay, I look no further than the first game of the year. You're playing the Wizards. I get it. The Wizards are terrible. However, you're in a close game. And that was a game they would have lost last year.
Oh, no doubt about it.
And we can point to so many games along the way where it's like, oh, yeah, that was an L last year. That was an L a couple years ago with Brett.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that Brett never got. Brett was one of those guys that he just rolls it, similar to Doug Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of rolls it out there, and this is what we're doing, guys. Stop it. Where at some point you got to be able to analyze something and say, okay, this isn't working. What are we gonna do? Like, it's like coaching last night is very easy. Everyone's hitting shots. Everything's going well.
Yeah.
That's like, you could have put me and you out there. We could have handled that.
I mean, did Doc even waste his time doing anything in the fourth quarter?
I don't think he was standing. I think he was like,
in the
how
fourth
often
quarter,
do you see Doc sitting in a game? He's always standing, walking around, high back, trying to see what's going on out there.
He sitting. In the fourth quarter, when you have something like that in the fourth quarter, you let it play and you go back and make the adjustments on the film the next day.
Right.
You're not calling timeouts. You're not going to let them correct it on
go.
film.
It was silly. They were hitting all sorts of shots.
46 points in the third quarter.
Right. So, like, those games are easy as a coach, but, like, you're going to have games where guys aren't making shots. You're going to have games where the other team is scheming on you and doing something.
You're going to have those games like against Toronto when you're up 18 in the first quarter, and then at halftime you're losing.
Right. Yeah, and you gotta be able to figure out how to do those things. That's what Doc's really good at. He's good at the nuances of the game, and Brett is not good at that stuff. And also too, the culture of Brett Brown was bad. Like you hear stories. What is Ben Simmons' favorite word this year is accountability. He said, I don't know how many times he said this, but you listen to all of the interviews, it's mostly, hey, guys are being held accountable. Guys are being held accountable. Joe said the same thing, and that's a direct indictment on Uncle Brett. Uncle Brett was allowing them to do whatever they wanted to do, and that's what Uncle does. He doesn't have the real responsibilities of a parent, but when you're a coach of an NBA team, you gotta be a parent. You can't be an uncle.
Yeah.
So and that's what Doc is. Doc is dad. Doc loves these guys. Just like Brett loves those guys, no question. But it's a different type of love as a parent as an uncle. I know you want to do this, but I can't allow you to do that. Like, you got to be not afraid to be the bad guy, and Brett was never comfortable being the bad guy with these guys. Right. And that's not Doc. I know Doc gets in these guys behind the scenes when he needs to. And that's what these guys needed. They needed this. And you're going to listen to Doc because Doc won a ring. And Doc coached some really good teams. Doc played in the NBA in a great era. Yeah. So, absolutely, this is the guy you listen to. So, Sixers got lucky with Doc Rivers being available. Yeah, I think he said it before. Yeah. He was like, within 48 hours of being fired in L.A., I was in a meeting with Josh Harris. Right. That wasn't supposed to happen that way. Probably, if Doc doesn't happen, we probably have Mike D'Antoni. Who knows how that would have turned out? But we probably get that. We don't get Doc. But Doc's the man. And like I said, hope we didn't have Mike D'Antoni. I'm going to talk about Ben for a minute because, like you said, he's been talked about a lot this weekend. But we have two different ends of the spectrums on this. Yeah. Two different ends of the spectrum. I know which one I'm listening to, by the way. Yeah. So, on one end, we have Justin Kutcher, who is the play-by-play announcer for the Wizards. He is the Wizards' Mark Zumoff. Correct. On the telecast on Friday night. By the way, I can't stop dipping in these pretzels. Yeah, go for it. I'm just dipping. Yeah, go for it. I haven't been generous this season. I'm gonna do some seeds this time. Going for it. Go with the right that time. I'm going right. Serious snack for serious conversation, right? So he says on the telecast that Ben Simmons is one of the most overrated players in the NBA, if not the most overrated player. Yeah. Now, he didn't really offer much clarity on the telecast. He was saying this in regards to Tobias Harris and why Tobias Harris should have been an all-star. Yes. Now, later on Twitter, he clarified his case a little bit more. Now, I still disagree with him, but at least I understood where his mind was. You know what this is? I'm late, but you know what this is? If this is what felt like for me. It's kind of like, you have a brother. Yeah. I don't have any siblings, but I have close family, like cousins and stuff like that. And we'll joke with each other, we'll say whatever, we'll make fun of each other, bust balls, whatever. And even you get mad at your family, and sometimes you say things too to them. But it's like I can say something to my family, but if someone out there that's not a part of this family says something, it's go. Like we can be in the middle of an argument, and somebody says something crazy over here, we're uniting. Yeah, it's kind of how it is with this. Like, you know what I mean, right? Like, we can talk about Ben, and we can be frustrated with him because Ben is ours. Yes. He's our family. So we're going to get frustrated with family, upset with family. But you can't say anything about our family. You can't talk about him like that. Well, yeah. So he basically, like I said, he comes out on Twitter and clarifies, and he says something along the lines of, "I didn't say he wasn't a good player. I said he was overrated. Defensive Player of the Year." Caliber, of course, but that only gets you so far. Now I commented on it and said, because he was getting dragged. He was getting dragged. Now I don't need to drag him. Which I'm sure he's seen the comments that we've said about him
Oh, yeah.
So he probably thought it was cool and licensed to say what he wanted to say about Ben. It's not. It's not cool. It's our family.
So, I commented on it. I said, I'm not going to bash you like everybody else is, but I need to point out the flawed logic behind what you're saying. Okay? How are you a perennial all-star like you consider him? How do you consider him a defensive player of the year candidate perennially, every year? But then, on the other hand, say he's overrated. You can say there's deficiencies in his game, but if you're an all-star and defensive player of the year candidate, you are not overrated by definition.
Ben got off
I didn't get a response from him. I didn't expect to.
Yeah.
But
you hear what Ben called him? Called him casual.
Oh no! You hear what else he said specifically?
Yeah, 5'5".
He's like I gotta listen to this guy who's calling Nets games or
Wizards games.
Wizards games. He's 5'5".
Right.
And I don't know who the color commentator is for the Wizards.
No idea.
But he was caught off guard. Did you hear his comments on it?
No.
So
I heard this. I didn't hear this in real. I stopped watching that game.
Oh, it was over. Yeah. No, he says it, and he's a former player. I just not familiar with who he is, and due to Hulu, I watch a lot of Wizards games because for some reason the location thinks I'm still in Baltimore.
Okay.
So I get a lot of Wizards games. So I actually listen to this guy.
Guys.
Okay. But even he was like, Ben Simmons overrated, and the other guy's like, whoa. Okay. Well, he goes. I didn't say he's bad. I say he's overrated. And the other guy was like, basically moving on.
Yeah.
Basically, he didn't really want to entertain that.
If you want to have a conversation about the beginning of the season with Ben Simmons, because listen, I'm not going to sit here and say I wasn't extremely frustrated with him the first couple months of the season.
Yeah.
Like Ben's December, January he was basically not even there. And, we had Justin Grasso, our guy, Sports Illustrated, on, and we talked about that a little bit. And, one thing he said that I thought was poignant was how this season started for Ben with all the trade rumors, like the Harden stuff, and him going through that. And maybe that's how it affected him because really you can kind of have I bet if we really did a deep dive in this, we could draw parallels to before during the time of the rumors to after that was put to bed and see how his play is different. You can't listen. If we could have Ben late January to now Ben all the time, I have no complaints.
Yo, yeah.
I have no complaints about anything. I'm like, you're going to get into the other side of this in a minute. But, like, you got guys like that talking, those are guys to listen to. Those guys you got to listen to, And, like, my frustration with Ben really hasn't ever been about the shooting. It's been about his idea of I can be aggressive sometimes, but sometimes I'm not going to be. Yes. That's what I want. I want an aggressive Ben. I don't care how you get your points. I don't care. If you don't want to shoot threes, fine. I just need you to be aggressive and be a threat all the time.
Yes.
That always has been my issue with him.
There's about 3 to 5 guys that anytime they hit the court, you're like, we could get a triple-double tonight. Mm-hmm. There's very, very few guys.
Yeah.
There's even fewer guys who can put up a triple-double while guarding the best player on the other team.
Right. But like last night, Ben had, 14-9 and 9?
14-9 and 4.
14-9 and 4. Okay. That –
and he only played 24 minutes?
It was a great 14-9 and 4.
Yes.
He was effective everywhere. I felt his presence on the court the entire time he was out there. I felt him. The problem with Ben is when I get upset with him is when I don't feel him out there. When he's just a guy looks like he's just running back and forth.
Yeah.
That's when I get upset with him.
Was it organized cardio?
Organized cardio, yeah. That's why I get upset with Ben. It looks like out there doing cardio. That's why I get upset. But I don't care if you shoot threes. It doesn't matter. Of course, I don't want to say what Popovich said, so you go ahead and say that. So
yeah.
What did he say?
So Popovich said it doesn't matter if he shoots or not. He is so impactful and is such a great player. Why does it matter? In
the beginning of that, he says, yeah, of course, if he turns on a jump shooter, it's going to make him a better player. We know that. But he's so good now, he's already elite. It doesn't matter. And Ben's in that rare air where him shooting jump shots doesn't matter. It just doesn't. If he's being aggressive, if he's doing all of those other things, I don't care if he shoot threes.
Irrelevant.
It doesn't matter. He's that good. And not everyone that can't be for everyone. But that's who he is. And like that's why this Justin Kutcher, he's out of line. You're out of line. I don't know if you had a bad day, you got an argument with the wife at home, you want to take it out on the Sixers on the court. I don't know.
Well, here's what it is.
You're out of line.
My question for him, and this is a total shot. Calling Wizards games all these years, with all due respect, would you know it if you saw good basketball?
Right. Like let's go through the last 25 years of respectable Wizards. Is John Wall, Bradley Beal,
Gilbert Arenas?
See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
I don't know if anybody else.
I don't think have the Wizards made the I know the Bullets did in the late 90s. When was the last time have the Wizards since they've been the Washington Wizards, have they been in the playoffs?
We'll find out shortly.
I don't think they have.
Let's find out shortly.
I guess the closest would be the Arenas years, maybe.
Let's see.
I'll give him Rip Hamilton, played for the franchise.
Let's see. All right, we're talking. They made the playoffs in 17-18.
Oh, right. And the Boston year, too. At the Boston year? They played Boston?
They played the Raptors, lost in the first round.
Okay, so they lost, and then they had Boston a couple years before that.
The year before that,
yeah,
they lost to the Celtics. So since – pick a year. What year? Since when?
2000 – no, I remember them like the late 90s, like 97, the Chris Webber era. Chris Webber –
So
Howard Chain like 97, 98,
we'll
96,
go
90.
So we'll say 90 since 96, 97.
This is the Bullets, by the way. This is not the Wizards. This is the Bullets. Okay. 96, 97.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 playoff trips.
And let's put this in perspective. This is when the Eastern Conference was terrible. This is when the Eastern Conference was really bad too.
This is the end. This
like
is
literally, if you had a pulse,
of the Jordan.
Yeah, if you had a pulse. Well, you go to the end of Jordan. That's still the Bulls for me. When it became the Wizards, was like 99, 2000, somewhere in there.
Well, if you're going
I'm going strictly Wizards.
So
the Bullets don't count to me. It's a different franchise.
So that's 2000, 2001.
Okay. Yep.
So since then, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8.
8 times.
8 times, winning half of them.
8 times, 21 years.
They have in 04-05, they made it to the second round, getting swept by the Heat. I'm assuming that was the Dwayne Wade year, maybe.
Maybe rookie year.
No, I thought it was not the chip year, the championship.
No, the chip year was 06.
05, 06 was that year. Okay, so then they lost the year before that.
Yeah.
The Heat. Then 3 straight years of getting bounced in the first round by the Cavaliers.
And Justin Kutcher even there at this point? How long has he even been there?
Oh, in D.C. at that point?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years.
Okay. Yeah, they're not. It's not a great. The point of all this is not a great franchise.
They have one playoff sweep in the entire franchise history. 2014 against the Raptors.
Yeah, it's not a good franchise. Not good. And it was out of line.
You know what's even funnier is if I scroll backwards prior to 1990, how long it is for the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, we're talking since 1960, maybe 12 to 15 appearances.
It's not good.
In 60 years.
It's not good.
Is that a 25% clip?
About.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like so bottom line here is that obviously Justin Kutcher, you're not paying attention and haven't been paying attention for the past month and a half of Ben Simmons. Because this conversation wouldn't have happened if you had that conversation with him again.
Oh, we're in the same division. We'll see
Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris deserves to be an all-star? Absolutely. But, listen, you know the politics of the game. You know how that works. It's always a year late, just like the Grammys. Nas just got his first Grammy now
in 2021. Let me ask you this. I don't know if he was or not. Was Westbrook an all-star this year?
No.
No? Okay. Because I was going to say, how is Westbrook an all-star above Harris? I don't know if he was or not.
He wasn't all-star this year. But, it's just like the Grammys. Like, Nas just got his first Grammy this year. Nas has put out Illmatic, and then he get a Grammy for Illmatic in 1994. Like, so The Weeknd. The Weeknd wasn't nominated for a Grammy at all. Like people still, I don't know what the deal is with him, but people still are sleeping on him. But this is what happens. This is how it goes. This is how it goes. So
did about Westbrook in the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the year that he thought he was picked last, and it turns out it was alphabetical order. So it was the first year where they were picking teams, and they put out the rosters, but they put it in alphabetical order. And Westbrook looked at it and thought that he got picked last. He was so mad he picked last. He went out and he put up like 30, 15, and 15 that night. And he was so mad about it. And then in the post-game interview, the reporter was like, Russ, with all due respect, you do know that it's alphabetical order. And that's where, remember, the gif of him where he goes, yeah. That's where that comes from. Because he thought he was picked last, and it was just alphabetical order, bro.
It's awesome. Russ being Russ.
Russ being Russ.
All right,
Brody.
So to wrap this up, feel good about your Sixers, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be good. And we can say this for Wednesday. I'm going to talk a little Phillies Wednesday, definitely. Because
okay.
We need to talk about doable.
Why? What did he do this time?
He didn't do anything, but we need to talk about why he should be the center fielder for Philadelphia Phillies this year.
Oh, is he doing good?
Bro, bat flips on a Dale.
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
Double's flipping bats every day. Every day
really?
I see a new bat flip.
Really?
And we're not talking just fastballs. We're talking off-speed pitches too. He's hitting everything out of the park. He's like real quick, he's the best option. Like, Odubel Herrera, talent-wise, is far superior than Roman Quinn and Hazley. It's not even close.
So
you want Odubel Herrera to be your center fielder.
We could be having a very awkward conversation on Wednesday.
We're going to be having an awkward conversation, but
okay.
And it's going to spin off into entertainment and sports and a lot of the different areas when it comes to him because we know off the field all the stuff that happens. So it'll be a fun, interesting conversation about where we're at.
And Wednesday we got to dive into it a little bit. NFL free agency.
Yes. And we're going to have a special Wednesday J. Cole.
Yes. This week is slammed.
We got a lot.
This week
a lot.
RPB will be on with me tomorrow.
Yes. And real quick, we wanted to also talk about going forward with the show.
Yes.
After this week, we will no longer be on a live stream.
Yes.
We will be doing everything syndicated. So
it will still be daily.
Yes.
It will still be every single day.
Yes.
It's just instead of it being live streamed, you can find it on whatever directory you want to listen to it on at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Just subscribe.
Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. It will still be there. Nothing will change about the show.
Yep.
Guests the same. Format the same. The only thing that's different is that it will not be streamed in real time anymore.
All you need to do is subscribe. That's it.
Subscribe.
Follow me at Marques be tweeting everywhere.
Follow me at Justin Emery Show on Twitter. I will be trying to make a conscious effort to get in contact with everybody. Merchandise sale is on. Merchandise store is up, and it's on sale.
Yeah.
It's on sale until midnight on March 17th.
I like it.
So go grab that and promo code Bremy for 10% off all beef jerky orders.
Yes. Brad Emery Pod everywhere. Brad Emery Show also to get those, get Shopwares, you can listen to the show there. Everything you want to do there, we're right there. Until next time, you can be with us, you can be against us, but you're never going to stop us. Late.